My name is Jontavius Lake, and I invite you to join me as I make history to becoming sickle cell free through allogenic bone marrow transplant. I'll be documenting everything, so you can follow each step of my journey by subscribing to my YouTube channel at Power Up Visuals to watch the most inspiring documentary of 2020. We got that pure dreads. Pure dreads for sale, you did. In the bag. Picked out. Time for this haircut.
Yeah.
So this is my third session of chemo. This is, what's the name of this?
Thiotepa.
Thiotepa. I'll be getting this for 4 hours today. It's a little more harsher than the chemos I've had previously. But nothing too serious, nothing I can't handle. This is the chemo that should also kill my sperm count. One of the chemos, actually.
Drill Tylenol and steroid for the other chemo. Does that make sense?
So, we just got done starting the Thiotepa about an hour ago. And now I'm preparing for the next stage. The next chemo. Which would be named what again?
Actam.
Actam.
Yep.
Which requires Tylenol, ibuprofen, Benadryl and steroid. And this will be pre-medicine, so medication I'll take before the chemo. So we'll see how that goes. Things been going well today. Been really tired and in a lot of pain today. A lot of pain today. But I think it just comes with the territory of chemo, and just have to deal with it. Take medicine. Keep going.
Keep Tylenol.
So here's Tylenol. You have some juice?
Yeah, we can get you some. What kind do you want?
Apple juice.
Apple.
Only because y'all don't have grape juice. What's this you guys put in here?
This is going to be your pre-meds for your Actam.
The steroids.
The steroid, you just took the Tylenol.
Alright, just took a shower and now I am ready for my second dose of chemo. That shower was very needed. You have to take multiple showers a day when you have this type of chemo because it sweats out through your skin, causing rashes and other problems. So yeah, I had to wash that off my body. But with all that being done and said, I feel more relaxed now, more comfortable. I'm still in a lot of pain. As far as just my sister's health. As I said, I had to come here a day early because of a pain crisis, so I just haven't been feeling good from the jump. But the nurses here have been really good on staying on top of my pain medicine. They've been really good at bringing everything in on time, so I do appreciate that. Now I need some more Benadryl, honestly, because I am itching. But we have another bag of chemo up here, and this bag itself will be actually 4 hours long instead of 2 hours long. So that is probably gonna take a little more toll on my body, a little more stressful. But like I said, we took the Tylenol, the Benadryl, and the steroids earlier to prep for this. So hopefully that helps, and it isn't as bad as I think it's gonna be. Watching planes fly by. Got a pretty good view out my window. If you guys want to see, I'll probably show y'all that later. But yeah, back is hurting pretty bad right now. I still had an appetite. I haven't had any problems with food. I mean, majority of my issues have really just been personal stuff, like family stuff and, you know, stuff like that. But right now it is 2:54. I'm about to go order my lunch. So stay tuned. I will hit you guys back up when I actually start the chemo process, and I'll let you know if I have any side effects, if I do, or if I don't. So far I haven't had too many side effects from the chemo, but I'll let you guys know if I do have any. And also, you can check on my neck right here in this black spot. Apparently that was some type of bandage, and it kind of peeled off in the shower and left almost an open wound. But it shouldn't be a problem because it's going to get treated. The dressing is going to get changed on my catheter, and we'll be ready for round 2 today. And everything should be good and golden after that. So wish me luck. I'm on my Thiotepa. Well, getting ready to do my second dose of Thiotepa chemo. I'm not feeling too good. I don't know why. Just not having a good day. My back's hurting. I feel real depressed. I don't know what's going on. But I know I'm gonna be alright. I know God got me. I know this wouldn't be easy. I knew what I was getting myself into when I signed up for it. But I still want to show all my fellow warriors that it's possible and there is a way out. And I'll be living and walking proof. I promise that. So right now, as we wait for them to get my second dose of Thiopia chemo ready, the chemo that is really harsh on your skin and hair, the chemo that sterilizes you The chemo that tends to make you sick, I don't think I personally have any effects from it yet. I don't know when the first dose side effects will kick in, or I don't know if depression is part of the side effects and I am experiencing it. But I do know that when I was taking the chemo, it wasn't harsh or bad at all. I didn't feel any different than I normally feel. So, in the meantime of waiting on taking this second dose of chemo, I'm getting platelets right now. I don't know if you can see. But right here I am getting a bag of platelets. It kind of looks like orange juice. It trickles down into this tube, which then trickles down through this IV tube. Which then trickles into my chest. But like I said, I can't feel any of this happening. I don't know. Can't tell a huge difference between that and normal fluids. But I do feel like there is a stage of depression maybe. And I'm not scared, but I'm kind of nervous because tomorrow is where the harsher chemo, the real chemo treatments are supposed to actually start. So countdown day -7 or day 4 since I've been in the hospital. 7 more days until I get my transplant from my dad. We'll see my condition coming up in these next few days. I'll keep you guys posted. I'm debating on whether I should go live or talk to some of you guys in the group just to give you updates as we speak. Updates on how stuff's going. So I don't know. Right now I'm getting saline. I also have IV in my arm as well for different situations that wouldn't be sufficient enough to go in my chest. Yeah, I'll be alright. Just not feeling too good at the moment, but I'm a fighter. I've always been a fighter. And I will be living proof of history being made that there is a cure for sickle cells. There is a way out. I'll be living walking proof that it's not hard. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it's definitely possible. And anybody that's going through the same struggles and pain that I'm going through, this can help you as well. I'll be living proof to all the people with the negative mindsets and negative comments that there's nothing wrong with this process, and I'll be perfectly fine, even better than I was before I went in. So I think I'll let that conclude the second part to day 4. And I'll talk to you guys later. Alright, what's up YouTube? It is day 5. 6 days left until my transplant day. Today they had me on fludarabine for my chemo. So it'll be my first. Today was actually my first time having a fludarabine chemo. I'm supposed to have this particular chemo for 5 days, but before we get into that, let's talk about the Thiotepa chemo that I took yesterday. Around 11-12ish is around the time I finished. Early in the morning, around 1 or 2, I had this insane, like, prickly finger pain I've ever experienced. Like, I've never had, anybody who's ever had a sickle cell crisis before, I've never had a crisis in just my hand, like just my fingers. And it was hurting, man. Like, I was tired, my fingers, like, they were pretty much swollen. I couldn't really grip anything. I couldn't touch anything cold, anything too hot. I couldn't move around. It was just very miserable. And it was just a very depressing day yesterday in general. Today was a lot better with the fludarabine chemo that I started taking today. It wasn't as harsh. It did have me a lot more tired though. I'm thinking that it's mainly because I was up all night dealing with my finger pain. But it was just a lot going on. I felt rushed through a lot of stuff. The nurses didn't, give me time. And even with this morning, I didn't get time. I'm sorry I couldn't have actually recorded that process of getting my first session of the chemo today. Just because I was rushing and getting it. I couldn't even get the camera set up and everything on time. But I have 4 more sessions of those. 6 days left until my transplant day, so I'll be having that exact same chemo pretty much every day from here on out until the 23rd. 22nd will be my last day actually. But I was just very tired and depressed yesterday, and I just wasn't in a good mood and I wasn't feeling anything. It was just, I wanted to be by myself. I didn't want to be bothered. It was just too much to deal with, too much pain, and all of that in general. I can't blame on the chemo though, because like I said, when I first was admitted to the hospital, I was actually admitted a day earlier than my process started, because I went into a pain crisis pretty much the last day, and to prevent me from going to the ER or anywhere else and canceling the program out, they just got me a room a day earlier. So I've still been actually dealing with that pain, with the lower back pain and everything. But yeah, this chemo I took today, and when I take this chemo, I don't want anybody who's looking into trying to get the cure, I don't want anybody to feel like the chemo is painful, because it's not. My experience was from the pain that I was already having being amplified by the irritations of chemo. Nausea, I haven't had too much nausea yet, but like I said, I'm only 5 days into having chemo, and everything's kind of like a trail after effect. So I haven't experienced any nausea from the chemo itself yet. Mostly just being tired, not able to get rest or just being highly irritated. That's the only real issue that I've had with the chemo, besides the chemo that I took yesterday with my finger hurting really bad. The thiotepa, yeah, that was pretty harsh on me. But like I said, it's nothing to be scared of. I'm gonna make it through this. I'm gonna show y'all that this is a battle that we all can fight and that we all can win. And I want everybody to tell as many people as you know that has sickle cell that this is an option. There has been a cure out for 15 years. Now, a lot of people are scared of it because they've heard about the cure 15 years ago and all the risks that they had to take then, and how harsh the chemo was then, and how harsh everything was back 15 years ago. You also have to think about it. 15 years later means a lot of advancements in technology. It means a lot of advancements in knowledge. So it has become way more reliable now. There's way less chance of death, way lower risk now that the cure has came this far. So anybody who is skeptic of it or is scared that they are going to do more damage than help, all I can say is, you know your body best, you can judge yourself best. If you feel like your sickle cell pain is just to the point where you can't handle it anymore, or if you felt like me where you were just 23 years of your life, you were just tired of having to deal with it, it's just overpowering and time consuming, and it's just very depressing to have to deal with the disease itself, please go for the cure. Please go for the cure. I mean, I cut my hair off. That was the hardest part so far out of all of this, to be honest, was cutting my own hair. That was the hardest part in general for me getting this cure. Yet, now I still will be having chemo up until the 22nd, so there's going to be a lot going on in between then. I'm actually getting another session of chemo later on today. I know the word chemo just sounds scary, but it really isn't as scary as it seems. You don't feel anything going in your body. I didn't get nauseous. Some people do. The worst that I experienced was just yesterday and last night, and early this morning. My fingers were like in an actual pain crisis. It hurt really bad, but they're getting better now. They aren't as swole. They still hurt, don't get me wrong, but they don't hurt as bad. Just really been just tired, honestly. Not being able, that's been the most frustrating thing with me, is just being tired and not being able to get as much done as I want to get done in a day. Pretty much sleeping the day away. But we're gonna get through it, y'all. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna be successful in this, and I'm confident that we're gonna be successful in it. I'm pretty sure you can tell I'm in a way better mood now than I was yesterday. I just got faith. I know God got me, so I got faith. And so the chemo that I took yesterday, the thiotepa, and was the chemo that requires me to take a shower every time I have it, just because of the sweating out the chemo can give you all types of rashes on your skin and stuff. So you want to stay clean and healthy, keep your hygiene up. So I've been really strong into that. Yeah, it's not too much left to talk about really, or to say. The food here, it's been okay, but I can tell I'm already starting to get tired of it. So probably gonna have my folks bring me some food in. I think the most important thing during this time of the cure process of going through all this chemo is to have a support system. Definitely have a support system. Have somebody that's there to back you up. Have family that's there for you. Because when there's nobody there, and there's nobody to, root you, push you forward, and and cheer you along, it does get sad and it does get depressing. So I would just say just have a strong support system when you go into this. And just know that you'll be okay and everything will be cool. But with that being said, I will update you guys on the next session of chemo I have. Let you know how I feel after that. Probably gonna go straight to sleep after this and get some rest. Read a book after that. Probably, just walk around, do anything to make the time pass by. Cause like I said, you're gonna be in this hospital for anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. Could be longer, could be shorter, who knows? But it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be the longest. I'm pretty sure you had to be in the hospital. I know it's the longest I've had to be in the hospital personally. I haven't been in the hospital over 2 weeks before, so yeah, it's gonna be a while, but I'm gonna be able to handle it. Like I said, it's no problem. I'm gonna eat it, handle it like a soldier. But I'll keep you guys updated. Anything else I come up with that I need to talk to you guys about, I'll update you about. But as of right now, all I can say is pray for me, and I'm gonna keep my head up, and I just can't wait to see that day where my hemoglobin is all the way up, and that day where they just tell me I don't have any more sickle cells anymore. Because then I'll have the cure and I'll be free and I'll be a living and walking testimony that it is possible and that it's nothing to be scared of. I've seen so much negativity. I've seen so many people trying to tell me that it's dangerous. So many people trying to tell me that it isn't safe. I'm gonna prove all of you guys wrong. I'm gonna prove all of you wrong. And I'm gonna come out of here unscathed, unharmed, and better than ever. Until then, stay tuned, my friends. And I'm out. What is this?
So this is called fludarabine.
It's called what?
Fludarabine.
Fludarabine.
Uh-huh.
And how
It's gonna go over 1 hour.
1 hour.
And once it's done, we'll unhook you, and then you have another chemo this afternoon at 2 o'clock.
Okay, fludarabine. So, what are the side effects of it?
There's not a ton of side effects from this one other than just like the normal nausea and vomiting type of thing. Which we gave you some Zofran before to help with nausea, and normally it doesn't happen like on the same day that you get the fludarabine. Sometimes it comes later with the nausea.
So we get fludarabine for an hour, and then there'll be a break of how long?
Until 2 o'clock.
Till 2 o'clock, which I'll then get another hour of it.
Not this one, you'll get a different one. Your other one is cytoxin.
Toxic.
Yeah.
The one that sounds toxic.
That one goes over 2 hours.
And it's way more potent.
These are both kind of potent. You're getting a smaller dose of cytoxin, so it's not a really high dose. This is a higher dose of fludarabine, but it doesn't have the side effects like cytoxin does. But cytoxin is a smaller dose, like I said. It's not a big dose.
Okay.
You're just getting all of these chemos together to hopefully all of them got to do the trick.
Alrighty. And when should you think I would reckon seeing my hair fall out?
Normally that doesn't happen until like a week after. Sometimes around that time.
Okay.
So it'll probably be a while. You got a good buzz cut right now anyways.
Yeah,
Looks
I
good.
had dreads before.
Did you?
Yeah, I cut all my hair off literally 4 days ago, 5 days ago.
Oh, I like this buzz though. It looks really good.
And my hair used to be this long.
Oh, wow.
From all the way down here. save them, and I'm gonna get them put back in my head once my
Once
hair
it-
grows back.
Yeah. But definitely wait till it grows back, that's for sure. Otherwise they just fall right out again. Okay, you do anything right now?
No, I'm having tracing, I have inflation.
I can, once we hang up the cytoxin, I can tell you more about the cytoxin, just so you don't get them confused. I'll tell them when I give it to you, basically.
Okay.
But this one will go over an hour. Will you hit your call light whenever it beeps?
Okay.
Thank you. That will be very helpful. I'll struggle. I
Alright.
can't take this off. It's like tied in the back.
Also, I need to talk to somebody with the radiation team about getting these triangles or
Oh yeah,
circles,
your markers back on?
markers put back on me.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta talk to them. I don't think they're open over the weekend, so we'll probably have to talk to them on Monday. But that's on the list. Alrighty, we'll be back. Call us when it beeps. Yeah, put it up.
Alright, thanks. You said this is, what's the name of this chemo again?
Fludarabine.
Fludarabine.
Do you have any questions about this chemo, Francis?
What is the name of this chemo?
It's cyclophosphamide. The other name for it is cytoxin.
Okay, and how long does it last?
It's gonna go over 2 hours.
Over 2 hours?
Yeah. We'll have to add a flush to it also, so it might be a little bit longer than 2 hours, but they'll basically go over 2 hours. Is that
Okay.
good? Yeah, that looks good.
And what are any main side effects of this particular chemo?
So this one is the one that's gonna make your hair fall out. So, but it probably won't be till later, like maybe after transplant. And then this one's also the one that can cause you to have some. It's called hemorrhagic cystitis, which is like some blood clots when you pee. But what we're doing to prevent that from ever happening is putting you on fluids. And after transplant, we'll give you a medication called Misna to prevent that from happening.
Okay, so as far as blood clots while peeing, what does that mean?
What does it mean? It means like when you are urinating, like you would see blood clots in your urine.
Will that be painful?
It can be if the clots are big. It doesn't mean you're gonna have it. It's just a possible side effect, so we try and prevent it from happening.
So, today is day 5 for chemo. Right here on my list is Sunday. I've already did my first session of chemo, and that chemo in the red, if I can get the angle right. Yeah. So that in the red is what I am taking right now. So that is the cyclophosphamide. It's supposed to be the more harsher chemo for the day. And on the first chemo session, well, let's start off with about how I woke up today. Today I woke up really tired and exhausted. I had a long night. A lot of stuff going on, but I made it through as usual. Woke up very tired and exhausted, and I had to wake up to more chemo. Very nauseated. I took my pre-chemo medicines, like 4 or 5 different types of pills. Don't ask me what they all were. One was like a steroid, and the other one was like a Benadryl or Tylenol or something like that. And I had some nausea medicine before I took my chemo. Went through that and didn't have too many issues really. I kind of slept through a little bit of it. I was really tired though. It's something about the chemo that just makes you really, really tired. But nevertheless, I got up finally and I was able to record this session, which is the harsher chemo for today. I finally got some energy now though, after I ate a little bit of food. I ate some vanilla pudding today. But right now we're getting in our second dose of chemo. If you guys want to see it, it's this. This is the second dose, pretty big bag. But she told me it's only gonna be an hour to 2 hours long, so we're gonna get past that, no problem. I've been eating through this chemo, man. I've been eating through it. Like I said, I'm not upset about the chemo or anything, or not upset about the results of how I feel, because I honestly thought when I first was going into this that it was going to be way harsher on me. I thought I was going to be way more sicker. I thought I was going to be throwing up. I thought I was going to be, all over the place, but it really isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, so I'm glad that came out to my advantage. But tomorrow, which will be 4 days left into transplant day, I will go back to taking my third session of the chemo that I took earlier today, and I'll have 2 more sessions after that. And after I've had 5 sessions of the chemo that I took earlier today, the fludarabine, after I've had my 5 sessions of that, then it's radiation day. So I'm excited. Coming up this Friday, it's gonna be transplant day, and on my transplant day, I'm gonna watch the 85 South show, of course. So please don't let me down, Carlos, Chico, and DC. Y'all better drop, man, cause I really need this episode this Friday coming up. All 3 of y'all, not just 2 of y'all, all 3 of y'all, and a special guest. Bring Nav too. But anyways, I say I'm feeling pretty good right now. I don't have too many worries. I haven't been in that much pain. I was in a little pain earlier, but I've been on my pain medicine as well, so that's been helping me through it. Right now I'm just in a more decent mood. I'm not sure if it's because of the steroids they gave me earlier. It just gave me a little more energetic or whatever, but I'm more at peace right now. So the most concerning thing coming up to me right now next is going to be pretty much my radiation day. I'm not sure how radiation day is going to go. I kind of really did not enjoy the setup process of radiation, having to build the body mold and like sitting on a hard table using whatever they use that went from soft to extremely firm on my body, and like melting hot wax all over my face or whatever it was. Yes, all of that it's a lot to it. All that had to be done behind the scenes. But I'm hoping that radiation will be a way easier than the actual setup of it. Right now, it's 2:51, Sunday, July 19th. So I've just been pretty much waiting on my lunch tray to come right now. But I've been trying to eat little pudding cups here and there, drinking water, and being on my MacBook, just, watching different stuff, trying to keep myself active and entertained at the same time. But I think I'm mostly happy because I got a visitor here. Pete, my visitor. So my girlfriend is here and she's here to support me while I go through this session of chemo. So this session of chemo probably won't be that harsh. Probably gonna be easier to go through with support and everything. I'm pretty sure right after this though I'm gonna have to hop in the shower because this is the chemo that just for some reason just smells on you so much, and this is just the chemo that's supposed to sweat out through your skin, but I haven't really been sweating. But I still know that I have to take a shower like every single time I go through this chemo, so I've been having to take like 2 or 3 showers a day just to get, all of this off my skin, because if I don't get it off my skin, it can cause rashes and other problems. So it's just a lot to this process of getting cured for sickle cell, but once again, I want to let everybody know who has sickle cell, don't be scared of this. Always be determined. If there's a will, there's a way. I was always taught that, and if there's an opportunity for you to get this cure, don't let anybody talk you out of it. It's been so many people that tried to talk me out of it. I had dreads in my head less than a week ago. I had to cut my own hair. I had to do a lot to prepare for this. I didn't let anybody discourage me. I didn't let anybody talk me out of this. Even though a lot of people tried to. I'm going to make history. And I'm going to be living proof. I will be the first person in Tuscaloosa to get cured from sickle cell. And that's facts. But I want to lead by example. And I want everybody to follow my lead. So if you're going through the same problems I'm going through with sickle cell, and you've been dealing with the pain I've been dealing with, anybody who's dealt with sickle cell before knows that the pain that we go through is completely worth going through 10-15 bags of chemo, radiation, transplants. It's completely worth all of that to get rid of just that pain, because it's that bad. We don't get a lot of exposure because it's not really a diverse disease. It's mostly African Americans who have it, and in this country alone, African Americans are already left out in a lot of things, and so you can only imagine how it is to come to a hospital and already be discriminated against for the color of your skin, but to actually have an issue and a problem, and nobody believes you, or people think that you're just there for drugs.
Yeah,
or
the treatment that I've seen, like you and other people with sickle cell, like receive in the emergency room is horrible. Like,
yeah, we get treated horribly, and that's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Like, people have heard me talk about my pain, people have seen me in the hospital before, but nobody has really, not too many people has really been there through the ER visit, through the ER portion of it, actually going to the hospital and getting admitted through the ER. That's a very scary sight. Like,
the treatment is horrible. We spent 17 hours.
we spent 18 plus hours in the ER one time without getting any help. I mean, it'll be times you go to the ER and they won't give you any medicine at all because they just don't feel like you need it. I mean, it's sad to say, but sickle cell is a pain that's on the inside of your body. It's a pain that goes through your blood. So it's a pain that you can't see, unfortunately. So I can tell you I'm in pain right now, which I am, but you wouldn't believe it because I'm talking to you just fine. But I have to do that because I gotta cope with that. I was born with this disease. I've had it for 23 years of my life. So I can't just cry, break down every time I'm in pain. I have to keep living my life every day just like you keep living your life. So when you're in pain, a lot of people don't believe you're in pain. And it sucks. So, and it really hurts very bad. It's like unexplainable. The most worst feeling I've ever felt in my life, hands down, is sickle cell pain. And it's sad because I have to go through that almost every day of my life. And so, going through this cure and going through this process is going to allow me to feel normal and allow me to actually feel like I'm starting my life. Everybody else has already started it. Like everybody else my age is 23 years into it. But after I get this cure, it's gonna feel like my first day of living. So I'm very grateful that I get to participate in this program. It was not a lot of slots open. It was only 2 slots at the time. Me and another person got it. So with that being said, I will be the first person in Tuscaloosa to get cured through this process via bone marrow transplant. So watch me make history. Sit back, enjoy the ride, and I'm gonna come back to y'all on this next episode and let y'all know what the next process is. But I'll be documenting it all, so I want y'all to be there with me. I want y'all to support me, and I want y'all to see how I am after this is over with. And don't forget to power up. You dig.
Alright.
Getting ready for chemo. Today is 21st. Day -3. 3 more days until transplant day. So good. So yesterday I was not able to actually record anything. I had a pretty rough day yesterday. I slept almost all day long. It was real weird. It felt very uncomfortable to me. Every time I woke up, I just felt even more sleepier. Pretty much slept the entire day away. So I'm sorry I didn't get any footage of that chemo session yesterday for you guys, but I am back today. Energized a little bit more than I was yesterday. Got my applesauce here. So we're gonna push through these 2 bags of chemo today. And I'll keep you updated.
Good.
Good. So they just strapped chemo up to me. I will show you guys. So yeah, chemo's up there. Sorry I had this extra close lens where you can't really see everything, but yeah, Everything looks crystal clear though. Isn't that amazing? But I'm gonna turn this monitor off real quick. Yeah. So I got my pain pump here for any pain that I have. I can just press this button and that'll be help. Over here I got my fluid and my chemo running. All of that is going in my chest right now as we speak. Chemo. So yeah, they have to wear protective suits every single time they set up my chemo. And so I guess it's just for their safety, just because it isn't safe for them to have it on their skin or for them to be in contact with it at all times. So they come in with protective suits and they pretty much set everything up for me. I've been taking a lot of medicines to prepare for chemo, like steroids, different nausea medicines. Yesterday I was really nauseated and sick, so I just couldn't really function for real yesterday. I couldn't really get anything out. No content, any of that. But take a sip of this applesauce. But yeah, I threw up yesterday. I just had a really rough day yesterday. I just couldn't keep my energy up. I took like an hour-long shower and was still sleepy. But there's 3 more days until transplant day. And at 12:30 p.m. apparently I'm supposed to have a radiation 1 ISO setup check. So I don't know what that means, but we will see. My radiation will be coming soon as well, and I will have 1 radiation session. After that will be transplant day. So transplant day will definitely be documented, and I might actually go live on my Facebook group transplant day. But for all of those people who are out there, once again, I'm gonna give you a story, let you know if you're going through sickle cell and you ever come across this opportunity where you have a match and you would like to go through with this cure process, go through with it. It's still worth it. I mean, I was sick just a little bit, but trust me, it's still completely worth it to me. I'm so happy that I got the opportunity and chance to go through this. I'm so happy that I made it this far, and it really hasn't been as bad as I thought it was going to be. Sometimes it's been pretty rough, but it hasn't been as bad as I thought it was going to be the entire time. So I'm really excited, not too nervous anymore. Never was really too nervous, but yeah, everything's going to be good. I woke up with a mean fever blister yesterday. They gave me some medicine for that. I've been having a cold sore and stuff, which is typical when I usually go to the hospital anyways, for me at least. I wouldn't say that everybody else will have the same experiences, but yeah. On the 23rd, my dad will be going to get his bone marrow harvested, and on the 24th, they'll be putting it inside of me. So, without further ado, stay tuned to the next episode, and don't forget, power up. Hey, today is a good day. What? Today is a good day. one more time. Today is a good day. I'm in a great mood today, y'all. I don't know why I'm in a great mood, but I praise and thank God for being in a great mood today. Lord knows I needed it. These past few days, I have been down and out. But today, on this lovely Wednesday the 22nd, 2 days into my transplant day, I am feeling wonderful, voluptuous, greatness, spectacular. I'm feeling awesome, really awesome. I only had 1 day of chemo today, and that's the usual chemo that I've been taking, the flutobaramine, or however you want to call it. So I woke up early this morning around, I want to say it was 4:50, and I couldn't go back to sleep. Feeling kind of like really energetic for some reason. I kind of took that as a bad sign at first, but I finally was able to go to sleep, woke back up around 8 o'clock, and ever since then I've just been in a great mood. I actually walked a mile today, you guys. 10 laps around that circle. I walked a mile today. A whole mile. So I don't know what happened today, or what was the big difference in today, besides me praying and just praying that today would be a good day, and just praying that my energy would be up today. But I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling great. And this comes just in time because I got my TBI tomorrow, which means radiation's gonna be tomorrow. Once I get that radiation done tomorrow, day after that, we will be seeing Transplant Day, you guys. Transplant Day. Amazing. Transplant Day. So from Transplant Day on forward is where we'll be counting up to see how long my father's stem cells will take to engraft on my bone marrow. So once we do that, and his stem cells finally do engraft, I will technically be sickle cell free. Yes, you guys, it's been a long time coming. I've been working hard for it. Like I told you guys, I've dedicated. I've been spending a lot of time researching this. I've spent a lot of time praying about this. I've spent a lot of time, deciding on whether I wanted to go through this or not. And I went for it. And we're almost there. I'm not gonna say it was easy, but it definitely was not too hard. And with any determination, if you have a match, and if you have the opportunity to go across and go through with this cure, go for it. Once again, I'm gonna say this every single episode. If you have the chance to go through this and you have sickle cell, go for it. Don't let anybody tell you you can't. Don't let anybody tell you all the side effects of this and that, or what's gonna happen, or what could possibly happen. This cure has been in the making for 15 years. So they've advanced so much with it, it doesn't even make sense. But with that being said, your boy is about to be cured from sickle cell, and he's about to be one of the first people to be cured from sickle cell through bone marrow transplant from Alabama. Man, I can't say nothing but praise God. I can't say nothing but praise God. Because Lord knows that I've been dealing with this for 23 years of my life. And on the 23rd, I get this radiation. And on the 24th, I get this transplant. So, without further ado, I want to tell y'all one more thing before I get off this camera. And that is power up. You dig? So today is Thursday the 23rd. It's radiation day. So today I'll be getting my radiation. Today is also the same day my dad will be going to donate his bone marrow to give to me tomorrow. I forgot to show y'all one thing that radiation did the other day, and that was radiation planning, where they pretty much lined me up with the radiation machining, so it wouldn't take as long today, and they can get immediately to radiating, because it's gonna take about an hour just to line me up with the machine. So this is what they did. They pretty much lined me up, and we're going with more of a handheld view today. But they put all of these marks on my body. They pretty much lined me up with the radiation machine. I got them all over here, over here. There's even one on my knee right here. Some going down my leg. There's a lot of them on me. So the gist of today is we're going to go down to radiation, which is on the first floor. They're gonna put me back into body mode, put my face mode back over my head, and for 30 minutes on the front, they're gonna radiate me, and 30 minutes on the back side, they're gonna radiate me, which I believe is gonna be 30 minutes on my upper half and 30 minutes on my lower half. So it's gonna be about an hour radiation total. I woke up feeling very energetic today. A little bit cough in my chest, not cough, but a little bit of, stale breath in my chest. But I'm up, man. I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm just really ready for tomorrow out of anything. But we're gonna get this journey going, and without further ado, I would like to one of the last days of having complete sickle cell. So without further ado, we're going to end it off by saying, power up. You dig? So today is transplant day. Yes, sir. Didn't check my shirt out. I am going to take off today. Today's transplant day, and my nurses are walking in the room as we speak. Yesterday was kind of harsh on me. We did radiation treatment yesterday. I like to think of it as getting the worst part done first. So radiation was harder than I expected. I just really didn't like the fact that I couldn't move, and I'm a really fidgety person. I like to move a lot, so that was the most difficult part of the whole process. But I got my trophy, which is my face mask. Yes, it fit over my head like this, and I had my head laying back like this, and I couldn't move at all, couldn't do a thing. But we got that done, we got that out of the way. First thing I did when I came up off that table was vomit profusely. I didn't eat that much food yesterday. It was kind of harsh. Even smelling food made me sick. But I drank a lot of fluids, and I stuck in there today. And today is a better day. I am way more happier because today is transplant day.
That's right.
And I'm gonna do exactly what my shirt says. Take off. So, without further ado, I will come back to you when we start the process. Right now, I just wanted to give you guys an update on how everything is going. But once we get detailed into it, once I get my meds and everything, we'll come back to you later. Alright, power up. So I just got word that my transplant will start around 10 to 10:30-ish. I have a team of nurses that will be in here with me the entire time I'm going through it. Once again, yesterday my dad collected his stem cells, which will be given to me today. So the blood that you will be seeing getting transfused into my body through this process of stem cell transplant will be actually from my dad. So it'll be filtered in through my body and cycled around in all these different types of processes with this huge machine. So I'll try to record as much of that as possible. Right now my batteries are dying, so hopefully I'll be able to get as much of that in as possible. But transplant will be from 10 or 10:30-ish, and They say I'll have 2 bags, and each bag is usually about 30 minutes, so about an hour long transplant. Today is July the 24th, and this will be considered my new birthday. So, yay! New birthday, July 24th. I'm just blessed. That's all I can say. I'm extremely blessed, and having this opportunity and being able to start my life and actually, be able to enjoy it and live it to the fullest. But with that being said, I'll come right back to you when the process starts, give you further update, and we'll try to film as much of it as we can. Thank you, and once again, power up.
Oh. Cool.
That in the brush.
I'm gonna go underneath your shirt. Yeah. We're good unless are we having trouble finding that drip chamber?
I will grab you one.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw it somewhere.
We're gonna get. I have to go around here. There. He's outside the room.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm excited for you, man.
I'm excited too.
All right, champ. Can you put your shirt down?
I'll just lay it over this for you.
thank you.
Thanks, Blair. All right.
So what's their name?
This is your cells. It's true bone marrow. So you are getting a bone marrow transplant, my friend. So I'm going to get, remember, Cap.
Yeah.
Do you want to go ahead? Got good blood return, flush is great, lock it off. Okay, that's gonna stay there. Is it sinking or do we have to sink it up?
It pulled over the pressure in the heart.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, JT.
It'll all be going. This is what came out of my father yesterday, so this all will be going into my body today. Pretty big bag. I can tell now that's why he was in so much pain yesterday. But I'm so grateful that he did it for me.
It's a booger. Got it. Nice and easy. I'm just gonna do this one. Okay, go ahead and prime it. No flow problems. What I can do. Looks like it's driven just fine.
And there's the blood going down the line.
We'll hook you up now. I've already cleaned. They're just perfect. I am just to be cautious. Make sure it's clamped off, or else you're gonna, you know.
Right.
Making sure everything's extremely clean.
All right, JT, you ready?
Yes, sir.
I will let you give us the countdown, or if you want, I will let you roller clamp it and you can start the process.
Okay.
So as soon as you see the first drop go down is when you get your first drop. And to do that, you just slowly open that up for me.
Okay.
And I'll let you do it. And then I'll control it once you open the clamp, okay?
Okay, and
Bring it in close.
let's see if I can
You
turn
want me to
this.
hold it?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay, so I want you to watch, and then I'm going to take over when you see that first drip. When you see that first drip, that's when your bone marrow transplant is started.
Okay, we're gonna do a countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, slow it down. Great job. There it is.
Yay!
Congratulations. Congrats, JT. I'm excited for you, brother.
Thanks, man.
Good job, man.
I'm so happy right now.
We'll be in here, okay? We'll be here the whole time. You let us know how you're feeling.
Okay.
If you feel anything, any side effects, just let us know. But like I said, we'll be in here the whole time, okay?
Okay. You guys, this is a life-changing experience. I feel so blessed to be able to have the opportunity to go through this. It's not many people that even get the chance, let alone have a match to even go through with it. But my father donated his bone marrow, and now it's going into me. So tell me how this makes you feel.
How does it make you feel?
Yeah, me getting the care.
You getting the care, it really makes me happy because like I really like hate seeing you in pain. And it used to really like break my heart to have to see you in pain and to know that like it was nothing that I could physically do to make you feel better. Like that's one of the worst feelings ever, to have to see somebody you love suffer and not be able to help them. So to know that you're gonna have an end to your suffering, and to like know that you're not gonna have to deal with just like pain and stuff. It's like I can't even describe it. Like I really cannot think of a word to like describe it. I'm just really happy for you because I know that like I know you're a good person and I know that you genuinely deserve it. So to be getting it is just, I'm so happy for you.
This is my father's first time seeing his own bone marrow that he is donating to me. It's going straight down here into my chest.
That's right.
So how many more than you gotta do?
This is the only bag, right?
That's 1,300 mils. One of the biggest bags I've seen.
Okay.
Happy
happy, happy transplant day from me and to you. Oh, we're so glad that it's your day so we can party too.
Hey, alright!
Yay!
Hey, power up!
Yay! Powering up my transplant.
Power up!
Thank you.
Hey!
There's your cake.
There's a transplant cake.
That's right, man.
Oh my God, you guys are the greatest. You
Powered up
guys
my
are the
cells.
greatest.
Check that
Powering up with my cells. Happy Tea Day. And everybody signed it.
out. Oh, yeah.
Yay!
We'll continue to sign it as we have you, okay?
Yay, here's the cake. Thank you
Cool.
so much.
Got it, man.
It's a fancy little tray.
Thank you so much, you guys.
You're welcome. It's our honor, man. Congratulations, I'm proud of you. Take off.
Thank you.
Now don't forget you got that cord still. I know you're excited. Alright, so
This is great.
You know, we're still at 150.
This is my new birthday.
About an hour.
Happy
Test
transplant
your-
day.
See if we can cut in half or cut off. Got a Dilaudid pump, obviously.
Alright, so today is 3 days after transplant day. It's the first day I received chemo after transplant day. I'm receiving cyclophosphamide, and I'm gonna be getting Mesna to keep my Mesna before that to keep my liver and kidneys from getting damaged by the chemo. So today is July the 27th, and I'm feeling pretty good today. I woke up earlier this morning. I've already walked a mile, got up, started my day early. Breakfast just came in, so I'm about to get ready to get eating on that. She's gonna bring my nausea medicine in a minute to prevent me from being nauseous during this. And after this, tomorrow I'll be doing the exact same thing, cyclophosphamide, and taking Mesna before that. And these will be my last 2 days of chemo. After that, I'll be starting my medicine to prevent graft versus host disease. So right now I'm feeling pretty good. I'm confident that this chemo won't have me as down as the other chemo did. This is supposed to be a more potent chemo, but it'll be used for a different reason. It's actually be used to kill off the T cells from my dad's bone marrow that's in my blood that will be doing me no justice in my body. So it should, in theory, make me feel better. So without further ado, I'm gonna leave it at that and say what we always say. You know what we gotta get ready to do. Power up. Alright guys, so I'm back. Today is my last day of chemo. I'm so happy I don't have to go through this anymore. It made me a little bit tired at first, but I think just because of the fact that it's my last day, I've had enough energy to stay up halfway through the bag. Now this chemo's been going for about an hour. It is in the background right there, flowing into the IV. But it was the same chemo I had yesterday. I'm getting the Mesna with it to protect my liver and kidneys as well, and I'll be getting that continuously after the chemo is done. But man, I'm excited. I'm excited to be done with chemo. None of my hairs came out, thank God. But if it does come out, I won't have any problem at all, considering I cut my dreads and have those in a safe place. But I was just updating you guys and letting you know that this is the last bag of chemo. We have about an hour left in the bag. Yeah. So I'm in a pretty good mood. Pretty hyped, pretty up. So, you know what we gotta do today, guys? We gotta power up. You dig? And we out. So what up guys, today is day 6 after my transfusion. It is July the 30th. Yesterday was the first day I started my medication that was for post-transplant. It's a lot of pills. Is all I can say. So I've been in pretty good mood. I've been walking a mile every day, like I said, still. Yesterday I walked a mile and a half, actually, almost 2 miles. But from this point on forward, it's just waiting on my cells to engraft. And they got me taking this medicine called, what is it called? It's called CellCept. So it's pretty much, in the name, it's a medication that helps my dad's blood cells or bone marrow cells attached to my cells. It helps my body accept it. The chemo was to take away the T cells, I think they said, from my dad's blood in my body, which is pretty much the bad part of his blood that would give me graft versus host disease. They also give me a lot of other medications that are going to prevent me from getting graft versus host disease. So I'm literally taking about 15, 20 pills a day, maybe even more than that. But I haven't had any bad side effects since the chemo or the transplant besides my mouth. My mouth's been really sore, and I've had a sore on my lip right here. It's just taking a long time to heal. But they gave me this mouthwash that's numbing. It's like pink, like Pepto-Bismol. Shake it up, put it in a little cup, squish it around your mouth. It's extremely nasty at first, but it's numbing. So once you start swishing it good enough, you don't even feel anything in your mouth anymore. Your whole mouth just goes numb. So that does kind of help me. They've also got me doing a salt and soda rinse, which is pretty much like almost like saline, but very salty. Swishing around in my mouth after every meal. Been making sure to keep my mouth from getting dry and sore. And just like my gums feel a little bit inflamed. The roof of my mouth feels a little bit inflamed. And the back of my throat feels a little bit inflamed, but nothing that I can't handle. It's not an issue to me really. As long as I can get the medicine and as long as there's some type of help, it's not really an issue with me. But we'll see how much longer I'll be in here. Hopefully it won't be long. They're saying around the 14th, 15th-ish of August is when I'll be able to go home and I'll finally be sickle cell free. So hopefully around then you guys get to see me ring that bell. So until then though, I'll come back to you guys with any updates, and you know what we about to do. We about to power up. You dig? What's up everybody? And today marks a week since I had my transplant, and today is the day I finally told everybody. So prior to today, only close friends and close family members knew that I was in the hospital because of that reason. My mom was able to quietly keep it a secret, as well as me. All the friends that my mom had that were checking up on me, she kind of just told, man, he's getting better, and you know. And so everybody thought I was really in the hospital for a pain crisis up until today. So I made a post on Facebook and pretty much explained why I was really here, and man, I got so much love. Like, shout out to everybody who said something to me. Shout out to everybody who, you know, was there for support. It turned out to be way bigger than I thought it was. It was what, 84 shares, 100 and something likes, 200 and something likes already, and it hasn't been a full 24 hours. Man, I'm so thankful, and I'm so blessed to have people that are actually there to support the movement, people who actually care about the movement. People who actually, you know, are paying attention to what I do out here. So this documentary is only going to be the icing on top of the cake. When I release this is going to help all of the fellow sickle cell warriors who are having a hard time in talking themselves into getting this cure. People who have, for the ones who have the opportunity to get this cure. But this video I wanted to dedicate to all the black people who are bone marrow donors. We need more African American bone marrow donors. You need to go to beatamatch.org, sign up, please. Like, we need more. Black people only make up 4 or 4 or 21, one or the other, percent of all bone marrow transplant donors, which means this gives all of our other sickle cell warriors who don't have a match like their father or their brother or relative, or can't participate in the gene therapy one with their own gene, this makes it 10 times harder for them to get the cure, because now they have to wait for a match. And African Americans, for some reason, we all are scared to participate in stuff like this. I mean, you have to think of it as donating blood. Please go sign up. Please go sign up to see if you can be a donor, because you can make somebody's life that much better. You can change somebody's life like my life is being changed. This is all new technology we're using. I'm going through what we call a haplo-identical bone marrow transplant. That means that the person who donated to me is a half match, which is my father. He has half of my DNA, half of his own DNA. So, well, I have half of my father's DNA and half of my mother's DNA, in a better way of saying it. But, man, I just appreciate all the love I've been getting today, man. Everybody been coming through, showing up, powering up for me. I mean, it's a beautiful sight to see so many people who are saying they had me in their prayers. So many people who are telling me I'm brave and that, you know, I'm a warrior, I'm a survivor. I mean, I just thank you guys for all being there for me, because Lord knows this was not the easiest journey in my life, but I pushed through it, and I'm still pushing through it, and I'm fighting through it, and each day I'm getting better and better. I've been walking a mile and a half every day. I'm just, you know, I'm getting through this. Definitely. And I just want to let everybody know that there's 2 to 3 more weeks left in my journey. Today is Friday, July 31st, which means tomorrow will be August the 1st, which means around August the 14th and 15th, I should be done, and I should be sickle cell free officially. So right now we're waiting on my dad's bone marrow to engraft to my body and pretty much start producing blood in my body. And so we're waiting on my cells. My cells are at 0 right now, so that's a good thing, which means my body is pretty much fully running on my dad's bone marrow. Well, not fully running, but pretty much running on my dad's bone marrow. I'm taking this pill called Sickle, which is pretty much a pill that helps my dad's cells engraft on my body. I'm taking 4 of those 3 times daily. So I'm taking about 12 of those and about 12 other more pills. So about 24 to 25 pills a day I'm taking, you guys. Like I said, this isn't an easy process, but I'm pushing through it. The hardest part for me would have been actually the radiation. The radiation was the hardest part for me, mainly because I think I messed myself up by not eating breakfast that morning. So when I came off that table, I immediately started vomiting, and it was just a harsh feeling, like the stomach acid vomit, where it's just foamy, and I don't want to talk about it, but it was real hard, man. I couldn't eat anything that entire day, and I was just really sick that entire day. But other than that, the chemo, it just made me sleepy. It had some side effects, of course. My mouth is really sore. I have a sore on my face that won't heal too quickly. My jaws are kind of swollen, but we pushing through, y'all. We powering up for sure. Like I said, once I come home from getting this cure, just know I'm beating the pavement. Power of visuals, we going crazy. Like, I'm putting in that work, no lie, no cap. I'm putting in that work. We in it to win it. Like, I'm gonna be able to enjoy my life to the fullest. I'm gonna be able to live and actually feel normal and not have to worry about sickle cell and not have to worry about everything that comes with sickle cell. I'll be able to actually focus on my life and actually start my life. So this has just been a real blessing to me, guys. Like, I appreciate everybody for showing love. Like I said, I need y'all to just show love to this YouTube channel, man. Make sure y'all follow me and subscribe. And, you know, we gonna power up, like I always said. But, you know, I just want to inspire anybody who is scared, anybody who is contemplating whether this be a good idea or not, anybody who has seen all the negative sides of it and don't know the positive sides of it, anybody who just wants to know about it. I just want to inform everybody and let them know that this is doable. If I could do it, you could do it. And, you know, go for it. If you feel like it's that time, I felt like it was that time. I feel like at this point in my life, I was so done, sick, and fed up with sickle cell pain that I was willing to take the risk. And I'm showing you guys that this is the reward I'm getting from it. So don't be scared. If you have the opportunity to get this cure, please, my warriors, please go for it. It's nothing to be scared about. I've been through it. I'm willing to talk to anybody else who's going through it. I'm willing to talk to them and help them go through their journey as well. But I will show you in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to be living proof. One of the first people in the country, the first male in Alabama to get the cure through haploidentical bone marrow transplant, me. So I want everybody to just look up to me and be inspired by me in this movement. And I just want y'all to do this one thing for me, and that's power up. You dig? If you see in the back of my head, then you can tell that I'm balding from the chemo. So today is August the 2nd, Sunday, 9:23, and it's time to shave it. So here we go. And this is so sad to me, but it was expected that my hair was gonna start falling out, so I knew I was gonna have to shave it. Better now than never. Alright, so there you go, bald-headed JT. That's me. But guess what? We still ain't gonna trip. We gonna forever do what? Power up, you dig? Power up, you dig? We still gonna power up, you dig? Alright, and I'm out. So what's good, everybody? Today is Wednesday, August the 5th. Sorry I haven't been posting in the past few days, but that's mainly honestly because once I got my bone marrow, every day's been pretty much repetitive. I've been taking 24, 25 different pills a day, which I'm gonna get to a list of exactly every pill I take so I can let you guys know in a different episode later on. But today was a pretty stressful day. I woke up this morning in pain, back was hurting really bad. I just wasn't feeling the day, and talked to my doctor. She said typically that's actually good because it means that my dad's bone marrow is engrafting. His white blood cells are starting to grow in my body. I had a fever this morning too, actually. Exactly 100 degrees, low fever, so I had to deal with that. My platelets were 74.3, so I didn't have to get platelets this morning. That was actually good. One of the only mornings I didn't have to get platelets, so definitely see a change in that. My hemoglobin was at 9.9, so didn't need blood once again. Haven't needed blood the entire time, so that's been a blessing within itself. So right now we are at still less than 0.1 on the white blood cell count, but I'm pretty confident tomorrow morning when we wake up, that white blood cell count number is going to go up to at least 2.0. I'm pretty sure about that, just because of how I was feeling today. So I'm pretty blessed with that. And I've been talking to the doctors, and for the procedure that I'm going through, I've been doing very well actually. Haven't had any problems or why am I so low? But I've been doing really well actually. Haven't had any rise up, yeah. Hey, pull up. But yeah, I haven't been dealing with nearly as many of the side effects as I expected to have to deal with. Y'all know I walk a mile every morning. I was not able to walk that mile this morning just because of how I felt. I felt so bad. The fever made the pain worse. My mouth was still hurting. My back was hurting. One of the worst days for pain. But I was still able to walk that mile later on in the evening, around 6 o'clock, 6:30 o'clock p.m. I was able to still get out there and walk some. So pain has gotten better once they upgraded my pain pump, which that was around the same time they upgraded my pain pump. I am now getting a milligram continuously and a milligram every 30 minutes by PCA, which means when I push this button every 30 minutes, I'll get a milligram instead of 0.5 milligrams, which means they pretty much doubled it up. And instead of doing it every 10 minutes, they're doing it every 30 minutes now. So that has helped, and because of that, I was able to actually get up and still walk today. So that made me extremely excited. Magnesium. I don't know if I had magnesium today or not. Not sure. But I know I had I know they gave me something for the fever, antibiotics, and they did a blood culture last night. Actually early this morning, like 3 this morning. And they also did a chest x-ray, and they got a urine sample as well. So at UAB, they said that that's procedure that they do whenever someone has a fever, which Dr. Kenner told me that I would have a fever generally throughout a lot of days during this time. This is actually the first time I've had a fever, but which is a blessing at that, because like I said, I'm doing extremely well for the chemo and radiation and stuff that I went through. Everyone's saying I'm doing extremely well. Usually people aren't taking it as easy as I am, or as good as I got it. So I'm really excited about that. But pretty much the same thing. They've got me on the same medicines. Like I said, I'm going to get a list of everything I'm taking and let you guys know about that. Filled in my blue card today, so numbers are looking good. Numbers are looking real good. But what else did I have to talk to you guys about? just been how I've been dealing with the stress and the pain myself. I've just been taking it as a glass half full and not a glass half empty type of thought. I'm just making sure I stay positive throughout the whole thing, even when I'm not feeling good. I can still say that, yeah, my pain was bad, but I was able to still get up and walk. Like I said, I always think positive throughout this entire process. I've been thinking positive. Even when the bad stuff happened, especially with radiation, when I threw up all night. Yeah, I threw up all night, but the next morning I was able to have a full appetite and had no problem eating at all. So the message for today would be to always remember that you're blessed. Especially if you're going to plan on going through this process, always look at it in a positive way. Never look at it as in a negative way, because that the energy you're putting off in that within itself is going to actually make you worse off. It's going to make you feel worse. Just stay positive, stay focused, power up, keep the energy up. Everything is gonna work out. Just know that in a couple of days, I would say less than 5 days, I should see that white blood cell count go up, and I'll notice that my mouth will start to heal. The pain will start to get less and less. The white blood cell count will start to fight off the pain better. It'll start to help with healing the cold sore. It'll start to help with the inflammation in my mouth within itself. I can already tell that my mouth is getting better, because today I didn't have to use the magic mouthwash as much as I had to use it yesterday or the day before, and I can tell my mouth isn't as inflamed, which I've had my mouth checked and proven that it hasn't been as inflamed as usual. So that's really good on that end. Man, I've been using these heat packs today. Even though I've had a fever, these heat packs have really helped with the pain. They're the temporary ones. Pretty much bust it open, shake it, and I went through like 20 of them today, but it's really been helping with the pain that I have been having. Like I said, when they upped that pain pump, that helped a lot as well. So they're working with me. Everything's going really good. Everything's on track like it should be, and hopefully in the next week, 2 weeks, I'll be sickle cell free. So with that being said, I'm gonna leave you guys, and we will see you on the next one. And as always, stay powered up. You dig? And we out. What's up, YouTube? We back with another Power of Visual. Today is Saturday, August the 8th, and it's nighttime now, but I just had a really rough day today. I'm not gonna lie to you. My back pain was really bad still. It had gotten better since we upped the pump, but I was able to talk to Dr. Cantor and get the pump up to, instead of having 1 milliliter, I was saying milligrams this whole time, but it's milliliters. I'm sorry for that mistake that I made, but 1 milliliter every 30 minutes and 1 milliliter continuously throughout the pump. Instead of having it every 30 minutes, we went down to every 20 minutes. I'm getting 1 milliliter every 20 minutes. I could definitely see the improvement in that dosage. That seemed to help a little bit better. But today we faced a new issue. And I'm not gonna lie, this is probably one of the worst problems I've had since we started this cure. And that is, my pee is burning. And it hurts like hell. My pee is burning. I can't lie to you. So it first started off earlier today. I'll say around 5 or 6 p.m. I was using the urinal, and toward the end, those last few drops felt kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie to you, they felt kind of hot. But I ignored it, and the next time I went and used it, the beginning it felt kind of hot, and then it cooled down, and then it felt even hotter at the end. And so I was like, okay, this might be an issue. So the third time I go and use the urinal, let me get up for you guys. So the third time I went to use the urinal, it was burning, and it was burning like hell. I would pee, and halfway through, it felt like, I can't explain, it felt like liquid glass that was on fire traveling through my penis. And it's painful. It'll bring a tear to your eye. It definitely brought a few to mine. It's real painful, and I can't lie to you. So they have prescribed me. They told me to get a urine sample, which then from that urine sample, they prescribed me pyridium. So they gave me this medicine called pyridium, and it's simply a pill. It's like a brown and yellow pill, but the effects are supposed to work in 3 to 4 hours, and it turns your pee orange, so it kind of scares you, because the burn is going to keep going after you take that pill. It's going to keep going, and as the pill starts to work, your pee is going to become way more orange than usual, and so you're going to think that the burning is actually getting worse, when instead it's just flushing through your system. They have a IV version of it, but I was told that the IV version did not last at nearly as long, and it was just for short time usage. So that wasn't an option for me. But I'm pretty sure all this stemmed from the blood transfusion I got this morning, because when they came back with the urine sample, they said it was blood, protein, white blood cells, and red blood cells in my urine. And as I keep using the urinal and I really look at it, there's like these cloudy globs, little cloudy liquid globs in my urine, protein, and I'm pretty sure that's either my body clearing it out or was actually hurting, was actually doing the burning. But every time I pee now, it's a little cloudy and has little specks in there, and it's really orange now. So I mean, guys, this hurts like hell, man. I can't lie to you, it hurts bad. It hurts bad. But today was the first day that I actually got blood this entire time I've been here. And so I think that's really where the issue boiled down and stemmed from. Because on my blue card right here, I, as you can see, have not needed any blood, because my hemoglobin has never went lower than 9 until today, where it was 8.5. You see that right there? Today, where it was 8.5. So that required me to get a blood transfusion this morning. So I had my first blood transfusion this morning, which all in all happened pretty quickly. Didn't even notice it really. They came in, did it really quick, took it out. I was fine after that, had no problems. But I think that's where this issue stemmed from, because not too long after they took that down was when I started to feel the burning sensation. So I'm gonna want y'all to pray for me, man. Hopefully this doesn't last too long. Hopefully this medicine really works like it's supposed to. I'm gonna stay in good spirits like I told you. I knew that it was risks and chances throughout this process, but I was willing to take them all. And so, I mean, even though I'm going through this pain right now, I can say that my back is feeling a little bit better because of the pain management and just staying on top of that with the pain pump. So at least my back's not hurting as bad, and those heat packs have really been working. But like I said, man, we gonna keep it going. We gonna keep it going always. Never gonna stop. We gonna always do what? Power up. Make it to the top. You dig? So stay tuned to the next episode or the next section, and we're gonna see how this pyridium or pyrium pill works out for me. I'm hoping the best. So stay tuned. What is up, YouTube? Coming today is Wednesday, the 12th of August. The past few days, pretty much been the same thing I've told y'all in the last few episodes. The last few times I talked to you guys, nothing different has really changed for real, nothing. It's gotten so worse. My mouth has gotten way better in pain. Got a real sore area on the right side, bottom right here, but other than that, everything's been pretty good. Finally finished this entire blue card. So as you can see on this number right here is my white blood cell count, and every single day it has been less than zero, less than zero, less than zero, less than zero. Up until yesterday, where we see it went to 0.15, which is the best sign ever, which means my body is producing its own white blood cells now, which means that any type of infections or germs or anything that my body comes across, it'll start to fight against it, and we don't have to worry about using all this outside antibiotics and everything. Now, if you notice today, it went from a 0.15 to a 0.18, so it went up 0.03. So that's a great sign. It's going up, but slowly. I can just say that I'm blessed to have the opportunity to be able to even go through this, and yeah, man, we getting somewhere. So I talked to the doctors today, and possibly, not 100% sure, but possibly could be going home in a week. So that's a great sign. I've been here for about a month now. I came on the 13th of last month, and it'll be the 13th again tomorrow. So tomorrow will make it an entire month since I've been here, and pretty much, so I've been in the hospital for about a month and a week, and I'll be getting ready to go home, get ready to ring that bell, man. Be able to get ready to say that I'm sickle cell free. God has just blessed me with so many opportunities in life. Like I said, this process wasn't hard at all. Well, I'm not gonna say it wasn't hard at all, but it wasn't hard, but it damn sure wasn't easy. So I'm just letting you know, hey man, if you put your mind to anything, you can get anything done. So don't be scared to take that leap of faith, because I can show you by example that if you have the opportunity to come up and get the cure for this disease, go for it. Go for it by any means necessary. This will, I mean, what is a month and a week of struggling and pain compared to your entire life of struggling with sickle cell pain? Like every single step I went through so far, none of this pain has compared to a pain crisis. I've had to do a lot, including shave my hair off my head. all I can say.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that, but like I was saying, if you got the sickle cell disease and your doctor has offered you the opportunity to get the cure for it, whether that be through haploidentical bone marrow transplant, whether that be through gene therapy, or whether that be through full match marrow transplant, I would say go for it. We just had a patient a couple days ago that went through the gene therapy transplant. I got to meet her. She's a real nice girl, sickle cell. She rung that bell, man, and she is officially sickle cell free. And so that's a blessing right there. I mean, this cure process has gotten way more advanced than people could ever imagine. Trust me, I've been safe this entire time. Nothing to be worried about. I haven't been, too down besides the days of chemo where I was just really sleepy. It's a fight, but like I said, you guys, we all warriors. We done been fighting, so what's another battle to our war? Just to win. So what we really need the most right now, though, out of anybody, and this is to the people who don't have sickle cell that I'm talking to right now, especially African Americans, we need more people to donate bone marrow. We need more people to sign up at bethematch.org, bethematch.com, one or the other, but we need more people, more African Americans to sign up to be bone marrow transplant donors. Because there's a lot of people out there with the same disease I have, sickle cell, that might even have it off worse than I do. And they can't find a match because their father might not be a match. They might not have a father around. Their mother might not be a match, or they might be like me, a male, and with their mother being a match, it makes it a little more dangerous because male matching with a female is just that many more steps and that much harder than it is to have a same-sex match. So, I mean, if they don't have the donors, they can't even have the opportunity to make their mind up whether they want to do it or not. So it starts with you guys by donating your bone marrow, and it's just a quick mouth swab to get your DNA, and they will call you as soon as you match up with somebody. That's all you have to do. Everything is free. I'm pretty sure, just like you would donate blood, donate your bone marrow. Trust me. This will save people's lives. This will save people from a lot of pain. I was blessed to have my father in my life to be able to donate my bone marrow, his bone marrow to me, and because of that, I didn't have to go look for a match through the match website or through the match directory, but I was able to have my match right then and there. And for the people who have sickle cell, don't be afraid to ask your friends, anyone that you could possibly match with. Ask them to sign up at bethematch.org and see if they can test to be a match for you. You never know. You could have a really close friend, or a sibling or someone who possibly is a match for you and you never knew it. And that can allow you to be a part of the sickle cell disease cure. So right now the cure isn't fully rolled out. It's still in a clinical trial, which is what I'm participating in. But I predict very soon, and within the next 5 years, it's going to be a full-blown cure, and people are going to be able to get it like that, like clockwork. So, you guys just stay on top of that, man. Make sure you spread the word, man. We need more African Americans to donate. Spread the word, please. Because without that, I mean, a lot of us aren't going to be able to have matches. Sad to say, a lot of us aren't going to be able to even participate in these trials or even participate in the cure until we're able to find that. It's like looking for a kidney or a lung. It's just a transplant. You're looking essentially for something out of someone else's body to put into yours. So now that we know that his bone marrow has successfully engrafted into my body and is starting to produce white blood cells, this is a great sign. Especially since yesterday it was 0.15 and went to 0.18 today, which means that it's still going up constantly. It went up 0.03. Hopefully tomorrow it doubles up or it goes up even higher, and let's say by next week it should be high enough for me to go home. But there's this shot that they give people that's supposed to make the number rise even quicker, but due to me having sickle cell, I wasn't able to get that shot to boost it because they were afraid it would put me into a crisis. So Unfortunately, we aren't going to be able to participate in that quicker method, but I am perfectly fine with what's going on now. I'm blessed to have this opportunity. I'm blessed to be in the position that I am. I'm blessed to be able to have manifested my dream into a reality, and it's to have the cure for sickle cell. Not only have the cure for sickle cell, but be a founding father, a leader, a pioneer of having the cure for sickle cell. To be someone that everyone else looks up to and everyone else is inspired by. Someone that anyone who's going forward towards the cure can talk to if they want any information, and I can let them know of the good things, the good side and the bad side about the cure. So I'm just blessed to have that opportunity. Like I said, the doctor was talking to me, and my immune system will be extremely weak for 100 days after transplant. So after the 25th, 100 days, well, the 24th of this month, well, last month, after the 24th of last month, which was my transplant day, essentially 100 days until 100 days after that, I will not be able to do too much. My immune system will still be weak. The chemo pretty much wiped out anything I have ever caught before. So my body is completely cleansed in a sense. So I could re-catch chickenpox, I can catch the flu, I can catch fever blisters and catch all these other harsh things over again. But if I was to catch them with my immune system down within these hundreds of days, this 100-day challenge or 100-day mark, I would like to say, if I can catch anything in between then, it's going to be a higher risk of me, getting more harm and more damage to my body from that. So I have to stay in clean areas. I have to stay away from people, especially now during the coronavirus. I have to stay away from extra people. Have to protect myself pretty much self-quarantine for these next 100 days. Which is no problem because I'm pretty much a loner anyways. I chill by myself. I don't really go out. I don't really hang out. My circle real small. So, I mean, other than being with my girlfriend, I don't really spend too much time with too many other people. But like I was saying, you guys, this is just the perfect opportunity for anyone who has sickle cell to, step up and ask me any questions that you have about it. Don't be scared. I'm willing to answer any and every question I can get about this cure, the process within itself. If you have the opportunity and you just need someone to talk you into it, or you need someone to just make you feel okay, I'm there for you. Trust me. I can just tell you I've been there, done that. And it's a lot of goods, it's a lot of bads, but the goods definitely outweigh the bads when it comes to this cure. So, very blessed to be participating in what I'm participating in. This is going to be, like I said, making history. So it's going to be a very important and crucial step in the sickle cell community, and I'm just glad to be a part of that. And so, like I said, we're going to keep this energy positive. We're going to keep our ways, our mindset, mentally, physically, and emotionally positive. We're going to stay balanced, and we're going to stay on point no matter what. And we're going to power up the most. You dig? Power up. And we out. What's up, everybody? It's me, JT again, and today is Monday, August the 17th. I'm sorry I haven't talked to you guys in a couple of days. Best believe I really wanted to get on the camera, but I've just been dealing with this constant low temp, like this low fever at 100 to 103 degrees, and it's just been that same exact temperature for the past 3-4 days. So I haven't been able to get rid of it, but before we got into this, it was already predicted that I would have a temperature. So this isn't anything to be scared of. They know what they're doing. They're keeping it under control. And as we speak, every time I take my temperature now, it starts to go down. But guys, since the last time I talked to you, we have had some good news. So the last time I talked to you, my white blood cell count went from less than 1 to 0.15. Then the next day it went to 0.18. So it went up even more. The next day it went to 0.24. Went up even more. The next day, which is on the 14th, it went to 0.22. Now, I was already made aware of that this number fluctuates. Sometimes it goes straight up, sometimes it goes up, down, and then straight up. But what we're pretty much looking for is a constant gain. So I wasn't afraid that it went down because I was pretty sure the next day it would go up even higher than it was the day before. So on the 15th, it went to 0.40. That's 0.40. Now, that's twice as much as it was the day before. On the 16th, you can't wait to hear this. On the 16th, it was at 0.91. 0.91, which initiates the first day of engraftment. So, on the 16th was the first day of my bone marrow and white blood cell count engrafting into my body. Now, that's when my ANC, or absolute neutrophil count, went and became an existing number. So if you look into this was not an existing number until it hit 0.91. When it hit 0.91, it hit 0.71. So that was day one of engraftment. On the 17th, which is today, my white blood cell count went to 1.17, which means it's at a whole number. And guess where my ANC is at? 0.95. So it went from 0.71 to 0.95, meaning this is day 2 of engraftment. Now this number, the ANC number, it only needs to go up consistently 3 times in order for me to be a successfully engrafted patient. So tomorrow, we're gonna find out if my sickle cell has been demolished and that my dad's bone marrow has successfully engrafted my body. So this is really, really a blessing for me, man. I've been struggling with this fever. Still walking my miles every day, but struggling with this fever, just not feeling good, not being able to get out of the bed, just in all types of pain. But I could tell that my white blood cell counts was going up because of that fact. For one, I'm having a fever, which means that's my body fighting anything bad right now as we speak. Which goes back to the burning in my urination. That completely stopped. So I don't have to deal with that pain anymore, thank God. I don't have to deal with the burning sensation anymore. It was like 6.5 days straight where I was just burning for no apparent reason, which we think was just some type of urinary infection that once my white blood cells went up, they pretty much kicked it out. I had a very bad migraine yesterday. I was really planning on telling you guys this news yesterday, but I had a really bad migraine, and I'm kind of glad that I did wait today, because now that I waited today and I see how drastically this ANC went up from 0.71 to 0.95, that's almost a whole number. So what they're looking for is for this number to successfully go up 3 times to prove that engraftment has been successful. So we need it to consistently go up 3 times, which means tomorrow is going to be the day that we find out. Tomorrow's going to be the day. And tomorrow I'm almost definitely going to be recording. Excuse me if I sound funny right now. My throat is really dry from, just having this fever, and everything's just been off. Everything's just been, weird. I couldn't get out of bed for real. I was just tired. But I forced myself, and I push and I push and I push and I grind. And I showed that, no matter what you're going through, as long as you keep pushing, you keep pushing, you keep pushing, and you're determined, your body is gonna show you. Your body is gonna show you. All those miles I walked, all those times I got up and didn't just lay in the bed, all those times I got active, it shows in my counts. It shows in my counts. And also, they said that I've set a record on this floor for bone marrow transplant for the most miles walked during one visit. Which was, I think it was set at 30, which I've already walked over 33 miles. But I would like to just thank you guys for being here and supporting me. And, you know, we got to do this every trip and every single time. We got to power up, you dig? And we out.